crisis for the geek kind. Top geek officials admit they underestimated the hipsters' defense capability. Join the geek revolution and save the galaxy. Geeks from all over the globe are joining up to fight for the future. They're doing their part. Are you? Want to know more? Join Be Geeks and the Geek Revolution and save the world. Service guarantees citizenship. Listen to Be Geeks podcast on iTunes and Stitcher or online at weebegeeks.net. Be Geeks, your voice for the Geek Revolution. Want to know more?
This is Ross Marquand, Aaron from The Walking Dead, and you're listening to the 365Flicks podcast.
Definitive 365 cut. These are the meaningless ramblings of a Scottish redone whore and a pissy ex-video store clerk. Their ongoing mission is to set right the movie wrongs. They're gonna need a bigger podcast.
The monsters will come, the ones out there, and you won't be able to run away when they come for you. And they will tear you apart and eat you up, all while you're still alive. All while you can still feel it. And then afterwards, no one will ever know what happened to you.
Welcome to episode 36 of the 365Flicks podcast. This is our Talking Heads edition. Lads, it's the last Talking Heads edition.
It is?
Well, for now. We'll see how it goes. I mean, we will get to the episode in a little bit. We've got some business to take care of first, but will anybody actually be watching Series 7?
Oh, fuck yeah, you've got to.
Haze, how do you feel about Series 7? Are you...
Well, you've got to slip a car accident, haven't you? Have a little glance. See if there's any dead bodies. We certainly didn't get one this fucking week.
I honestly thought that we were going to be 7 for 7. I did, and we nearly got there. But it just wasn't quite 7 for 7.
Other than the last 30 seconds of the episode, it was nearly 7 for 7.
Nearly 7 for 7.
It was very, very nearly. I was fucking loving the episode, and then they kind of fucking blew it.
We may have some differing opinions on that, Chris, but we'll get to that.
Well, we're going to, as I said, this is the Talking Heads episode of the 365Flicks podcast. We're going to be talking about Season 6 finale, episode 16, was it? It was the best day ever, or last best day ever, or some bollocks like that. We will get on to the recap of the show. We'll give you all of our thoughts and feelings. We'll be opening up that fourth chair later on if anybody wants to jump in and give us their thoughts and feelings. You have the bit at the side where you can tell us that we're full of shit. It's completely up to you. But first of all, we've got a bit of business to talk about. So we've got Chris over there on the other side. We've got Haze down at the bottom. And then they've got...
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Except, where's your title, Kev? Where's your title, Kev?
So, Chris, would you like to explain what that music was for?
Well, Kev retained his title at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Despite my solid challenge.
Yeah.
But where's your title, Kev?
Don't tell me you've defaced it. You've not drawn like a big CX over it, have you?
CX? Ooh, I like that. No, I haven't. No.
Yeah. I retained the title. The WrestleMania episode went out this morning, so catch up on that, and you will realise that I actually won. Well, it's a point of contention.
It was a draw, wasn't it?
It wasn't a draw. I won.
It was 2-all. It was 2-fucking-all. It was a draw.
The whole thing is you have to lose the title belt, okay? I didn't lose any of the competitions. I won WrestleMania predictions.
I explained this to you after WrestleMania finished. Granted, it was fucking 5 o'clock in the morning, but shut up.
I'd checked out by that point. I'd seen Stephanie do her thing, and I'd checked out. So, you know, checked out. Did you see any of WrestleMania, Haze?
No, I didn't. Sorry, no.
Oh, Stephanie was on point. Like, she was looking good. It has to be said.
I heard there was some controversy about someone doing some crazy stunt that wasn't authorized or something. Is that right?
Oh, a few people died in the ring. Like, a few people did die. Kevin Owens died. Big E died. Stephanie took a spear to the Yuckums, which was nice. I think I did actually miss that part, but I was happy with it. So yeah, I am still the 365 champion, and what is this now? It'll be 36 days, 37 days champion now. Are you ever going to win that, Chris?
I'm winning it. Don't you worry about that. I'm winning it.
And I haven't chosen your film yet. We will get to that, but I haven't chosen it, and it will come along. So basically, we are live on the Blabs right now, doing the live episode, as you can tell, but we will also be putting this episode out on the iTunes, so get yourself on the iTunes, rate, review and subscribe and all that. You can find us on all the networks. Do you want to say the networks, Chris? I'll let you do that bit.
Yeah, sure. We're on Tangent Bound. We are on Wicked Radio Network. We are on the Geeky Antics Network Global.
Apparently we're allowed to just call that Geeky Antics now. I got an email today.
Oh, I just got the hang of it!
I got the email.
So we're also on nerdly.co.uk. Have I missed any?
Tangent Bound, Wicked Radio, all of them. We're everywhere. Just fucking type us into 365Flicks. And the website's now up and running, so you can find the website at 365flickspodcast.co.uk. That's up and running now, so you can get on there. That's awesome. So you can do that. So... Episode 16, Season 6, the finale. I have titled this Blab, Was Negan Worth the Wait? What did we all think of this episode? Just broad strokes before we really get into it. What was the overall feeling of this episode? We'll go to Chris first, because I know Haze is simmering.
He's seething down there.
He is seething.
Shit. I on the whole, I enjoyed the episode. I thought that it was tense as hell. Pretty much all the way through, it was tense as hell. Yeah, on the whole, I enjoyed the episode. Just felt a little bit let down at the end. And was Negan worth the wait? Yes.
Bold.
I don't know.
Oh, will I just go to me now? I'll just go to me now. Yeah, I'll echo that. I honestly thought that we were going to be 7 for 7. I honestly thought this was going to be an absolutely amazing episode, a great way to finish the second half of the series, and they fluffed it a little bit towards the end. They completely fluffed it. But I know Haze is just dying to spit out some hateful fucking bile right now. So come on then, Haze. What was your overall feeling of this episode? What was your overall feeling?
Nicotero shit the bed. The writers shit the bed. The episode was largely boring. The cliffhanger ending was predictable and wank. All the tension that they built up throughout the episode, they just spunked down the toilet in a matter of seconds. The CGI effects at the very last moments were embarrassing.
Yeah, it's like a PS2 game.
Fucking hell. Yeah, seriously, man. Max Payne on the PS1 had better blood effects than that. I mean, what the fuck are they playing at? The Carolyn Morgan storyline was diabolical. The roadblocks, dull as fuck, went on far too long. The actions that the group took to get them to the point where they all had to be in the woods, gathered round on their knees with, and fucking Negan around them and that. None of it made any sense. The writers, it was lazy. It was an absolute shit show for me, and I feel like an abused wife who's let her husband come back into the house. He's promised he's changed. He's never going to hit us again. And I've just been smacked around the face with a fucking golf club.
Wow, that's descriptive.
So what you're saying is you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was all right.
That's all I'm hearing. All I'm hearing right now is that you enjoyed it. Oh, man. So, all right, then, let's just dive straight into it. Wait 2 seconds. I'm going to have to refresh this. Just carry on cracking for 2 seconds.
Kevin's got some internet gremlins,
No,
it seems.
dear me.
Is he coming back?
Kev's gone dark, I think. Yeah, I know what you mean about the special effects at the very end when the blood. Oh, he's gone. The blood trickling down the camera. It was like you say, Max Payne or fucking something like that, or like an old shitty like dinosaur game. You know, when you get attacked from behind or something like that, and then you see blood coming down the thing. That did look like shit. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. And yeah, I agree with what you were saying about them copping out completely with the cliffhanger ending. There was fucking absolutely no need for that whatsoever. No need for it.
I mean, I'm happy. We'll definitely be going into more detail on that later. But for me, it destroyed work. The good work that they've put in, getting up to this episode. And there's no need for it. I mean, the way that you should handle a cliffhanger is you have the emotional impact, you have the event, and then you contemplate what's gonna happen afterwards. The way that they went about it, it was just a mess. It really was.
You know what? I was watching the time just after you messaged me. I was watching the time, and all of a sudden, I thought it was 90 minutes. That wasn't 90 minutes.
It was I mean, it was 90 minutes in terms of an American 90 minutes. So with all the adverts that they get on AMC,
it's like 40 minutes. It was just like
I think it worked
5 minutes extra here.
Yeah,
that was a bit shit. But as soon as Negan came out, they had 5 minutes left of the episode, and I was like, nah, so they're going to do a cliffhanger here.
Yeah, you could see it coming.
Yeah.
You could totally see it coming.
Well, I messaged you the other day, didn't I, Chris, saying that basically I get a horrible, horrible feeling that this is what they're going to do. They're going to throw a cliffhanger on us, and it's just going to fucking really, really, it's going to be terrible. And it clearly I mean, oh man, Jesus.
There's just no need for it. That's the worst. That's the worst thing about this cliffhanger is how unnecessary it was. They could have had, all we needed to do was see a crumpled body on the floor, and then we would have had 6 months of thinking, oh my god, how is the group going to get out of this? What's going to happen next? I mean, there's your fucking cliffhanger. Not this paltry fucking who could it be? Is it going to be one of the characters we don't give a flying fuck about? Is it going to be Rick? Is it going to be Carl? Clearly not. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. And seeing the reaction from the fan base on Twitter, Reddit, forums, reviews, stuff like that. I don't see many people defending this.
Well, Gimple must have been on Talking Heads last night, where basically, Chris Hardprick was kind of asking him sort of why end it on a cliffhanger like this, and he was kind of like, because we're super confident about what we've got coming.
Well, that's bullshit, because bloody Andrew Lincoln's come out and said they don't know who's been killed off yet. So it's like they've not even decided who's been killed off.
Well, that's fucking crap, man. Why would you go down that road if you hadn't already decided? It's fucking insane.
The thing is with this, guys, is this is going to get spoiled because an actor is going to end up, one of the big actors in that group. Is going to end up signing on to do a big film or another TV show, and it's going to get spoiled that way. So it's absolutely fucking pointless. We're going to know who it's going to be by process of elimination. Like, say if Norma Reedus suddenly signs up to to another long-term TV show somewhere else, we're going to know it's Daryl. It's absolutely fucking moronic. It couldn't have been handled any worse. It was the worst fears that I don't know. I mean, I said to you guys on Facebook before this that I didn't have any fears. I was fully confident that they learned from their mistakes. They've been going on all season about how this episode, they were building up to it. It was going to be the best episode ever. The actors were saying that it was distressing I mean, every single word that I've heard about this episode coming up has been first class bullshit.
Yep.
All quarters. And I'm fucked off.
Really, because I just could not. Honestly, I couldn't actually tell. It's like you're going on like that, and I'm thinking this boy really fucking enjoyed this episode. Like he was watching a completely different episode to me. So anyway, we'll kick right back right to the very start of the episode, and then we'll kind of go through the series of events, and we'll deal with things. We'll obviously not go too far into it because, to be fair, there was only two things going on. Episode kind of just started out with everybody sort of, where was it? Everybody was in town, wasn't it? In Alexandria.
It started with Alexandria, then everybody was getting ready to leave to get Maggie to a doctor.
They've got to get Maggie to the hilltop because they've got the only OBGYN kind of guy. And Fuck you, Ash. So yeah, they all got her in the RV and they all teamed up. Everybody kind of got a little hero moment. Aaron got his little, by the way, our pal Ross Marquand got his little little hero line. Got his hero cake from Batman vs Superman. And you basically like, I'm coming with you, and everybody was kind of putting up a case for I'm going to come with you. And again, they've taken the absolute best soldiers in the town, and they've left behind Gabriel and fucking Enid. Gabriel and Enid's going to protect the town.
And what's his name? Spencer, is it?
Oh, come on, Spencer! Like, what's he going to do if anybody attacks that town? He could be a little
badass if he wanted to. He's just
no,
there's lots of Alexandrians who were going about with machetes and that in the start of the season who are there ready to get the machetes back out again if they want to.
You mean like a dozen no-names?
Eh? Nah. And she's still there.
Who's still there?
It's a fuel for Breaking Bad all over again.
I still think Enid is going to end up being a saviour.
That's actually possible. There's a rumour, a theory, that I read while kind of preparing for this, that the reason Maggie's ill could be because of something that Enid gave her.
All right, she'd been making Carol's cookies for Maggie.
Well, if you remember, she gave her some pickles or something.
All right, yeah,
and, yeah. So there's a look. I mean, it might be nothing, but there's a theory going around that Enid could have sort of spearheaded this. I mean, quite how that stimulates literally everyone who's capable of walking more than 4 steps without falling over from leaving Alexandria. I mean, Christ, that plan worked.
I understand that though, because at the end of the day, if they're going to do the cliffhanger, which they so clearly were going to do by the end, as we realised, if they're going to do that, it can't be a bunch of Alexandrians lined up. It has to be the people we care about and the people we want to see sort of in that position. So I can understand why they all left, but there's still, everybody is fucking leaving the town again.
It makes no sense. I don't believe for 1 minute that in a sane world, even someone as war ravaged as Rick would make decisions as stupid as that when he's clearly desperate to protect Alexandria. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, all of a sudden, his main concern is Maggie. Like that was all of a sudden that's all he cared about.
We've been saying the whole way along, though, the whole way through, that he's kind of been a cocky bastard.
Oh, very much. So.
He's been saying, they can't touch us, and we're bad, you know it.
Yeah.
And I loved how it turned around at the end of the episode when he just looked all pasty as fuck and it was like, I've blown this shit.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
That's actually one of the positives of the episode, is seeing Rick finally realising all of this and just how badly he's underestimated the Saviours.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. Like he did look as if it was kind of like Superman and Batman versus Superman when the fire's all around him. He's like, oh fuck! Like he was fucking terrified in that scene, and undoubtedly, I mean, we'll get there anyway. But so basically, that is this episode. And don't get me wrong, we're probably going to sit here and tear this episode apart a little bit. I did think this was a tremendous episode. I honestly thought that this episode was good. And I loved all the cat and mouse shit with the Saviours. I know you weren't a big fan, Haze, but I quite liked all the cat and mouse stuff. It was
Agreed, I agree with you. This is going... We're agreeing way too much.
Lately we are. We need to kind of start some riots and start some fights and wars.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I didn't like it, because I actually thought it was pretty good. I just think there was too much of it.
Oh, there was too much. It was like... Every time we got an advert break and then the show came back, they met a roadblock. And it was
I'm sorry, but I think the third time, I mean, there was 5 roadblocks in total.
Oh, there was a few, like...
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I think after maybe it's even the second time, you would be completely rethinking your plan, going back to Alexandria and thinking, fuck, we need to sort this out.
Is that an option by that point, though? Is that an option? Because they seem to be setting roadblocks up everywhere, trying to divert them into the place that they wanted them.
They do, but they come across those roadblocks based on the diversions that they've worked out they're going to take. You know, like, oh, well, we're going to cut through the golf course. We're going to go. You know, it's going to be a bit further, but you know, we'll still get there. The whole time they're focused on we're going to get Maggie to the hilltop. At no point did they think, shit, we might actually not get there. Alexandria.
You're right. Like
these guys are clearly after us. We've got people back at Alexandria. We've got Judith there. We've got Carl there.
Carl's in the thing with them.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. We've got we've got Judith there. We've got Enid there. We've got
Gabriel Spencer.
Not many other people, but
the other 45 fucking Alexandrians that we've never met.
Yeah, and
bunch of extras.
Yeah, and at that point, don't forget, they don't know about the fate of Michonne, Daryl, Carol. So the people who were captured by the Saviors, not Carol, obviously. Why would you carry on? You've got to think about the greater good. Yes, you've got a pregnant woman in the RV who needs medical attention, but you're going to lose everything and everyone if you carry on this way. And they brought it on themselves.
But
it's too little, too late.
But as we've been seeing,
that's why you needed Carol in there, because she would have fucking just killed her.
Well,
or old school Carol would have just killed her.
Well,
but Carol's character
mother with a fucking pillow
changed because the writers have decided that people can totally change at the drop of a hat at a critical fucking point in the story when the Saviors are clearly circling Alexandria. Oh, and Carol's going to completely lose it and turn into a totally different person and basically become Morgan. Yeah, that's totally believable.
All they've done with Carol is that they've completely changed their character purely so that they can get us to, as I said to you, Chris Hayes, the other day on Facebook. You could see it coming a mile off. They were going to end up at they're ending up at the Kingdom. That's where they're going. But you're kind of like sat there going, you can't just change a character as badass as Carol and make her into a complete fucking Morgan just so we can introduce another set of characters. It doesn't make any sense.
Right in the middle of the threat of the Saviors coming, I don't believe that a character like Carol, who does give a fuck about her group, would just up and leave and fuck off, knowing fair well that she's got the capability to contribute massively to looking after Alexandria.
Yeah,
I don't believe it.
So that's basically like the episode is Rick and the group trying to get to the hilltop, playing cat and mouse with the Saviors, and it's Maggie and Carol and Morgan just talking to each other and just really, really pissing me off, to be honest. Every time it cut to them, I mean, when I said that to you the other day on Facebook, I was kind of hoping they would maybe cut to Carol and Morgan for about 10 minutes and just leave it there. Not even 10 minutes, just a couple of minutes so that they find this other community, and then that's you built Series 7. That's where they are in Series 7. I'm okay with that, but to spend all that fucking time with her, like, almost dying, some tit that nobody cares about, trying to kill her but didn't really want to kill her. I mean, there was no saving grace in any of those episodes, in any of those scenes for me. I just could not be bothered.
Yeah, totally.
You see, Jonathan's just raised a point there. He feels like Carol will heal and realise that our destruction is the only way forward, kind of thing. I actually kind of tend to agree. I wasn't hating the scenes with Carol and Morgan, mostly because of how it ended up with Carol being kind of shot and tortured a bit by that guy, and then Morgan saves her using the gun. And then obviously they're going away to the other community, so maybe it could be that at the start of season 7, maybe Carol goes back into badass mode and goes looking for the guys who've hurt her people.
I'd love to think so, but then you've completely switched her 1 minute to switch her straight back the next minute. Is it going to be?
Yeah, but it's Carol. She didn't really switch.
But it's Carol should never have done that. This is the woman who fucking tore down Terminus in an episode.
And this is also the woman who was the shy, reserved, domestic abuse case who, couldn't fight her way out of a paper bag back in the day. They spent all that time changing, building a character up and putting her through this amazing character arc of turning into a strong person, someone you can rely on, depend on. She's going to do what needs to be done, type of thing.
Yeah, but it's called a character arc. You can't have characters just being the same all the way through. That's just a 2D character. You can't have that all the time. People can have constant bloody crisis of conscience and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, but
have that.
Chris,
there's nothing wrong with that.
Chris, the thing about a character arc is that it takes place over like a set amount of episodes, not 3. she just snapped, and there was never anything that really made Carol go that way. She just kind of went that way all of a sudden. It was like a couple of situations that weren't even that bad, and she suddenly turned. It was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So you'd be happy if they just click their fingers and she's a badass again?
Fuck yes. It's Carol?
I know. I want Carol to go that way as well. I need her to go back to that way. So we get all these roadblocks and stuff, and I mean, obviously the numbers of the saviors is fucking unprecedented. We are dealing with some serious boys here. Like we kept meeting little pockets of like 6 or 7 of them. They kept annihilating every one of them, and I mean, every roadblock, it was just getting bigger and bigger. And then that last roadblock, when Eugene came up with his little plan, that was just, there was those are guys there. What I did
that was awesome.
what I did want to mention though is, purely because I'm a gaming freak and I like my games, did anybody recognise the main saviour of the episode before, obviously, Negan?
Yes. Ha!
Did you recognise him?
Trevor from Grand Theft Auto.
Trevor from Grand Theft Auto. As soon as he started talking, I was like,
brilliant casting.
That
brought a massive smile to my face.
Yeah. It did, didn't it? As soon as he started talking, I was like, holy shit! I was happy with that one.
I was just having flashbacks of Trevor's opening scene in Grand Theft Auto where he's fucking the druggie. It's just like fucking completely smashes a guy to bits and leaves him for dead for daring to not be happy that he just banged his girlfriend.
But no, I just wanted to bring that up because as soon as I heard his voice, I was like, "It's Trevor!" I was like, "I loved it."
Me too. That was it.
So, do we think he's possibly going to be a mainstay? Do we think he's going to be, or are they going to Gareth him?
Well, Negan's there now, so will he be? You think?
He's got to be.
He seems like Negan's right hand man.
Yeah.
Unless that's what burnt face Dwight is, but I mean, Dwight doesn't seem like he could be Negan's next in command. So I'm hoping we get more of him.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna have a decent role. Yeah, I hope so anyway, because he's a great actor. He's funny, and he's got an awesome ability to play kind of unhinged badass. Which is what he is.
Well, we know that already just by fucking Grand Theft Auto, to be fair.
Yeah.
So we kind of get a few hero moments for some of the characters in this episode. I just wanted to touch on a few of them to see how we're feeling about this character right now. I'm going to start with our good buddy Ross. I'm going to keep bringing that up because he's our mate. It says it on the website, and the website's professional. So yeah, how did we feel about Aaron with his little moments? He had a couple of moments. Chris, how did we feel?
Yeah, spot on. It's Aaron, he's our buddy.
Were you just waiting for a Matthew McConaughey impression?
Oh, Kevin Spacey.
It's fucking weird when you watch the show and he starts speaking, and I was half expecting like Kevin Spacey just to start coming out. But he didn't do it. And then we, what did we think about Gabriel's little moment? Gabriel kind of looked a bit badass. I know we sort of turned a corner on him a couple of episodes back.
It was alright. Yeah. I'm glad he wasn't on the thing.
Sorry, it's going to take more than seeing Gabriel standing for 2 seconds with a gun on the guard tower to think, yeah.
Especially when we fucking know that, all the saviors are up in the woods fucking batting fuck out of our pals. So he's not really defending the Alexandria from anybody. But yeah, I actually quite liked Gabriel in that scene. And then later on we get a nice little scene from our good pal Eugene. What did we think of this?
I'm just loving Eugene more and more.
Yeah, Eugene's a great character, man. I particularly enjoyed the interaction with Abraham. The last episode we haven't been able to discuss. Where he told Abraham that he'd outlived his usefulness. It's such a brilliant little interaction with them, and Abraham's awesome line of you really know how to bite a man's dick. Yeah, man. Eugene's class. He's got that.
On you go for it.
No, sorry. I was just going to say he plays that that kind of socially inept, confused, but not afraid to speak his mind and piss people off with the things he says. Kind of attitude perfectly. Credit to the actor, man. He's excellent.
I was going to say there he had another awesome line where was it Sasha? They're going over a plan and Sasha goes to him, "Are you serious?" And he goes, "Was it? I'm as serious as maybe dysentery or fucking something like that."
Yeah. Something like as serious as some disease or something.
Yeah, I love that.
What was he asking if she was serious, or was he just like, was she just literally sitting there going, "What the fuck did you just say?" Because that's
possibly
that's how I tend to view it half the time. I'm sat there going, "What is this man saying?" But I love it. I'm at the start of this season, I wasn't a big fan on Eugene. I'd crossed that bridge, but I've turned round on Eugene after he bit that guy's dick off. That was just fucking awesome.
You like that, do you?
I did like that, but I kind of wanted, at the end when they're all in a row and all that, and you saw Eugene there, I was kind of hoping Dwight would be the one stood behind Eugene, as in, like, I'm fucking getting you back for biting my dick off.
That's a good point. Dwight is moving around awfully well for a guy who's had his dick bitten off.
Oh, yeah. But
I'd like to think I'd have a bit of a limp, at least.
Yeah.
No?
Dead logic.
I wanted to touch on, I don't know how it is for the Americans, but every time it comes back, Kev likes the penis scene. Yep, thank you very much, Ash. As always, your input is valuable. So, every time it came back from a break, we were getting that little fuzzy scene in the dark, and obviously we realised towards the end it's Daryl and Michonne and Rosita in the back of the van. That was really pissing me off. I wasn't keen on that. I know they like to try and do a little bit of arty-farty shit every now and then, but it was doing my nutting.
Didn't work.
It didn't work.
It was lifted pretty much straight from the Terminus scenes. They've done it before.
Yeah.
Tired, boring, just fuck off, man. Why do they try and do this stuff? It adds nothing to the show. Yeah, and I mean, the big reveal. I mean, we knew they were captured. So, there was nothing to reveal. Was
the big reveal not supposed to be that Daryl was still alive? However, they already shit the bed on that by adding that stupid little sound clip at the end of the last episode. Chris, Haze, we never really got to speak about the last episode because we didn't do the talking heads on the last episode. What was your
for your buddy Ross, didn't you?
What was your general feeling on the last episode with Daryl getting shot at the end?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that because I thought, do you know what? I'm not going to be sitting for the next week thinking, is Daryl dead? I know for a fact he's not dead because this is what they do. They did it to us before with Glenn. So at no point whatsoever did I expect Daryl to be dead.
Nah. Not like that.
Yeah, it didn't bother me as much, but, it didn't bother me as much as the Glenn stuff because, I think I've seen it before with The Walking Dead, and I was never concerned. I didn't think we were going to get a big character death until the end of this episode, which we still didn't get.
You're really hitting that one home, aren't you? I mean, for me, the whole Daryl thing, I was actually like, for a second, I thought for the penultimate episode, they've done something a bit fucking ballsy here, and then you got that little bit at the end, you'll be alright, Daryl. And it was like, oh, fuck off. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Like, he might as well, as Chris then put the meme on the next day about Daryl going under the dumpster, Gimple, Kirkman, fucking, the lot of them might as well have told us that he was under the dumpster by saying, you'll be alright. It was fucking shit. And that really annoyed me. That annoyed me. But then they gave us like a whole episode to wonder, oh, Daryl might be dead. Daryl might be. But no, they were just wasting time with Carol and Morgan.
No, so yeah, like you say, that was meant to be the big reveal. But I had no tension. I was just like not bothered.
That's what's annoying, though, isn't it? Is they finished that last episode with this, well, not big cliffhanger. It would have been bigger if, like you say, Kev, they hadn't put the "you'll be all right" on there. But they kind of finished it in a way that made us think, oh, they're going to do something huge in this season finale. Huge.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, no. So I wanted to touch a little bit on Chandler Riggs because I've been bigging him up this whole series. I've been thinking this kid he's just amazing. He's doing some good stuff in this series. Kind of wasn't keen on him in this episode, if I'm honest. They kind of gave him a little bit too much to do.
Do you think?
I thought they did. Like, I like these little scenes he gets, but this whole like little back and forth with Enid, man, it was just doing my nut, and I was like, come on.
The Enid scene irritated the crap out of me. I love the stuff with Negan. I must say.
You can kind of see, because I know you're like well ahead in the comics and all that, and you know that Negan and Carl have a little sort of. You can kind of see that building already.
Yeah. There's something with them, and yeah, I very much enjoyed seeing them two on screen together. But yeah, the stuff with Enid was just bollocks, man.
Chris, you want to weigh in?
It didn't bother me. It really didn't bother me.
You like Enid?
Whatever. Just get on the fucking van and just.
I mean, come on.
Already, it didn't bother me.
They were in the middle of arguing about, not wanting Enid to go on this trip, and then Carl's like, "Oh yeah, it's just go in that cupboard there for a minute," and then, Jesus Christ, man! I mean,
plot device.
Yeah, I mean that was a bit shit, but I didn't have any problem with Carl and Enid interacting.
So what happens now if Alexandria gets attacked? And Enid can't, Enid struggles to get out of that cupboard at all. She'll
be fine. She'll be all right. She's in the cupboard.
Well, she'll be fine, because if it's the saviors that attack, we know that she is a savior, so she'll be fine.
Yeah,
it'll be totally solid. Don't worry about it. We don't need to worry about Enid.
All right.
So, basically, Jonathan's put up a nice little thing there. Let's just get to that scene. Everybody goes to the hilltop with Maggie. Everybody's trying to get there. They play cat and mouse with the saviors. Eventually, you get the little whistles. Man, I mean, Chris kept
good.
Chris kept texting me. He kept texting me last night saying, "Oh man, this is so fucking tense. This is so fucking tense." I finished work at 11 o'clock, so I had to watch it when I got home. And you're right. I mean, I was watching it in bed, and by the end of it, I was like sat on the edge of the bed, because it was fucking tense. It was insanely tense. And when The Walking Dead does that kind of shit, they do it well. But let's just talk about the big scene with everybody there. They bring out the gang who've all gone there, and then they bring out Michonne, Daryl, Rosita. I was kind of expecting to see Fist Bump and Heath. I've been saying that's going to happen.
No, I would have been disappointed if they'd done that. That would... No.
Yeah?
Nah.
I've been saying all along that they were going to be kidnapped, and obviously I was wrong on that one, so that was fine. I was hoping they were going to be there.
Nah.
So that Daryl could turn around and say to Fist Bump, "Oh, by the way, Denise is dead."
Just two characters that I don't particularly care about, and the thing with Denise, it would have been nice to get some sort of reaction in there, but the way they played it, following Denise's death, just took that chance away. So I would imagine Fist Bump's probably so heavily pregnant that at that time that they just couldn't use her. There's no plates big enough.
They could have hit her behind the RV.
Yeah.
So on the RV, we get the big reveal. We get Trevor going and knocking on the RV, and out comes fucking Jeffrey Dean Morgan, looking dapper as fuck. I mean, all the fans, we've all said it, all the fans have been saying it, everybody's been saying it, this is the perfect casting for Negan. And I have to say, from start to finish of that scene, Jeffrey Dean Morgan fucking nailed it.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't agree?
That's all.
You're not a big... You're not... Oh, come on then, Haze.
Yeah. Okay.
Open up.
Right. Very happy with Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Excellent actor. Very well cast. Brilliant. I thought they messed the dialogue up a bit. I think it could have been a bit... It could be. We all knew that Negan wasn't going to be... Because in the comics, Negan swears like a motherfucker. And I mean like a motherfucker.
Oh, he said shit a couple of times. And prick.
He did say shit a couple of times, but I don't know. His language could have been... His dialogue could have been a bit better to kind of, deliver the same kind of attitude. That's my only real problem with it. That's it. That's something that they can't really fix. It's on AMC. It's a little kiddies, TV network where, you get one fuck a season, and even sometimes you don't get a fuck. I mean, remember a couple of seasons ago when they were in Terminus and they got captured. The end of the episode came and Rick says they're screwing with the wrong people when it clearly should have been they're fucking with the wrong people, but they didn't have the balls to say the F word.
But there's other shows that are dropping the F-bomb left, right, and centre.
Not on AMC. It's very, very rare that you'll hear the F-bomb on AMC.
Wasn't Mad Men on AMC in America?
It was. Yeah.
Well, they dropped F-bombs in Mad Men.
They have dropped F-bombs, but you tend to get one a season. Very, very infrequent swearing. And I think it's probably dependent on the tone of the show as well. So there's probably a bit of a trade-off with The Walking Dead, where it's like, okay, we've seen mutilated bodies, corpses being thrown off and hanged from bridges, and we're watching their bodies shaken violently before they're dead. But you can't swear. You can't swear. Okay.
I honestly thought, though, like you say, we saw the baby in the sink with the foot hanging out. We've seen mutilated corpses hanging from bridges. We've seen all that. I honestly thought that meant they were just trying to push the boundaries that a little bit, so that when this final scene came, Negan could say, fuck.
Yeah.
Shit.
But we didn't get that, and I was, like you say, I was a little bit disappointed with that. Putting that stuff aside, he was brilliant.
Totally agree.
Yeah. I agree.
I
thought he was sinister. He had a good monologue to himself.
He did.
A little bit of a long monologue. He could have just battered the fuck out of someone, but that's not his fault.
He did batter the fuck out of someone. We just didn't get to see it.
Did he though? Did he?
What, do you think somebody's just squirting ketchup at him from the side?
Maybe that's what it was.
It kind of looked like ketchup, to be fair. It didn't look all that great.
They're just going to open up season 7. He ducked out the way, though. It's fine.
Do you think they're just going to... Oh, man, don't start with that shit, please. So let's just talk about that. I mean, we got that scene. I thought they were going to deviate from the comics a little bit. And I didn't think we were going to get the eeny, meeny, miny, more. I thought Negan was going to ask Rick to name someone, which I thought would have been even better, especially seeing the struggle that Rick was having. He was fucking... Oh, man. He said nothing. Well, did he say anything in that scene?
No, he just sort of couldn't talk, could he?
He was just kind of hyperventilating. He was just like...
Yeah. He was just sat there realising exactly how fucked he was. Or as Abraham said, which was probably the line of the episode, when he said they were up shit creek with their mouths open.
Abraham does get the best lines.
That was so good.
He did have a few one-liners as they were coming up to the saviors, in the van thing. He had was it bitch balls and old bitch balls, and there was 2 or 3 different ones like that.
Yeah,
they were quite good.
Yeah. There was a few that were quite good, but you really just wanted them to say, fucking cunt nuggets, or something like that.
Bitch nuts, that's what it was.
Bitch nuts. Thank you very much, Jock and Nerd. Imran from the Jock and Nerd is in the Blab just now. Happy birthday, by the way, buddy.
Happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday.
Aye, awesome. At work, though, that's a bit shit.
At least he's not driving and blabbing.
At least he's not driving and blabbing. Oh, we should have put a hashtag on that.
No, we shouldn't. So
let's just, the Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Moe scene, can we all agree that it was shot fucking beautifully?
Yes.
Nope. Again, this is something that they fucked up. Right, sorry, go on, guys. Tell me why you thought it was good, and then I'll tear it apart.
I just like the way it was cut,
I agree with... God, I agree with Kev again. It's not right. It's not right. I thought it added to the tension of the whole episodes, and, you got to hear Negan talk more. So.
Just the smash cuts of everybody's face. Yeah. I was sitting there going, oh my god,
I loved it.
Who's going to fucking bite it? So, Haze, go on and let loose. just let me know.
Yep, okay. Oh god, I'm the bad guy this episode, aren't I?
You always are. You've been dying to do this. The whole reason we set this up was so we could hear you rant about The Walking Dead.
To be fair, Haze, I've been looking forward to this since you came on the gaming episode.
Yeah, like six fucking months ago.
Yeah, okay, so the Eeny, Meeny, Miny bit, that bit was good. I was happy to get the Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Moe. Like you said, Kev, I was sort of half thinking at the time, oh god, he's going to ask Rick to choose, and Rick's not going to be able to choose, and that'll just be bullshit, it'll waste time. And then he starts doing the Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Moe, and I'm thinking, brilliant, right? And then the camera work starts whooshing around, going from person to person to person, so, purely, so we're not able to sit there and be like, okay, so Michonne's next to thing. Okay, right, so when he gets to this, and we're robbed of that opportunity by bullshit cheap, crap camera tricks, whooshing from person to person to person to person to person, and just purely to confuse you. I thought it was absolute. I thought it was shit. I really did. I was happy with the dialogue. I was happy with the whole Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Moe, Negan's delivery. Brilliant. No problem with the way the actor handled it. I just thought the direction fucked it up. Nicotero fucked it up. Twat.
It was a Nicotero episode, wasn't it? It was a Nicotero episode. I forgot about that. Yeah. And he normally delivers.
Shit the bed.
Shit the bed. Hashtag twat.
So I'm gonna have a fucking aneurysm.
and then you get the inevitable POV from whoever's getting battered, and Negan delivers one last fucking bitchin' little monologue, and then swings the bat. And as I said the other day to both of you in the Facebook chat, I kind of said that they're going to swing the bat and they're going to cut away. And that's pretty much what they did. And I have to say, it fucking destroyed me. Like I say, at this point, I'm still sat on the edge of my bed, and I'm still sat there like, and then it cut to black, and I was like, oh, you motherfucker. I'm pretty sure I sent you a message straight away, like, what the fuck?
You did. Yeah.
Like, how could they possibly shit the bed that much on that scene?
With that little time left to go.
Are they that scared to?
Just do it. Just fucking do it.
Because now it's a fucking Glenn situation.
At the start of the season, I think was it Gimple had said we're going to go for it this year. We've not to be afraid to kill people off. And I said at the time after he did that, well, fucking do it then. Do it. But there's not, other than Denise, has there been any major deaths?
Not really, no. Not really. You got Jesse and the kids getting killed at the start of the series, but other than that, not really.
Yeah,
no.
fuck them.
Jonathan's just put the quote in there. Like I say, Negan said this awesome line, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan delivered it fucking awesome. And it's you can breathe, you can blink, you can cry. Hell, they're gonna all be doing that anyway. Fucking awesome.
Yeah, that
man.
was. He fucking nailed that. He nailed that dialogue. It was really good.
As we kind of knew he would. I mean,
of course. Yeah, I mean, he's a cracking actor, but it's just fucking do it. Just get it done. Just kill someone off and then cut to black.
I mean, this is how
batter fucking somebody's head in, slits you some gore, batter somebody's head in, they're fucking dead, and then cut to Rick, and then that's it, done.
Yeah,
done.
Chris, you're exactly right. All they had to do was show us a body afterwards.
That's all they had to do,
and it would have fixed everything. The fade to black. I mean, the actual scene. From the person's perspective of the Lucille coming down. I enjoyed seeing Negan from that perspective, but again, I thought it was shot poorly.
It was. It didn't look great, that, but
oh my god, the blood coming down the screen. I mean, I've seen fucking games on the NES, like with more realistic blood effects. I mean, Jesus Christ, man, have we not come further than that in the golden age of television? Getting to see that sort of shit. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible.
It really did look
and to not give us that payoff, it just felt like the writers of The Walking Dead were once again, stood behind the camera, just building us up, and then just jumping back and just going, you fucking idiots! We got you again! Jesus Christ, man.
And now we have to wait 6 months, and we'll get set photos.
6 months.
We'll get set photos all over the place, and we'll see who's not there, and we'll see that somebody's dead, and it's going to be fucking bollocks. I'm really not happy. I'm in the same boat as you, Haze. I was watching this episode thinking they're ticking all the boxes. Yeah, apart from the Carol and Morgan, they could have just dealt with that in the first 2 minutes and had them meet those guys. Deal with that. That's done. Let's just stick with the main story here. I only wanted one story in this whole episode, and we were getting two, one of which I could not be bothered about, and the other one, they fucked me over.
Yep.
But I'm sitting there thinking, for the first time in a long time, The Walking Dead is about to go 7 for 7. We're going to get 7 great episodes. I know there's been a couple of filler episodes that weren't awesome, but for all intents and purposes, this has been a great second half of the season. we keep saying it's like night and day from the first half, and then they do this. Like, all they had to do, as everybody keeps saying, is give us a body.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all they had to do.
But, I mean, on the whole, I didn't think the episode was that bad.
I didn't either.
I mean, as I was saying to you last night, Kev, I think I said to you too, Haze, that, you know, the whole cat and mouse thing, I thought it was tense as fuck. Also, probably for the first time in ever, Morgan wasn't getting on my fucking nerves.
Well,
I liked it. I liked the interaction between Morgan and Carol in that episode. You know, he was trying to sort of say to Carol, you know, you've had a bit of a crisis, whatever, but you can come back from it. And I liked that. I liked that he was trying to talk Carol down from whatever the fuck is going on in her head. I liked it.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Morgan actually spoke a lot of sense, and I did, you know, although I thought the scenes that led up to it were bullshit, I did enjoy, you know, seeing Morgan kind of give the guy, you know, his last chance and say, you know, you can come back from this, you know, you can survive this, and then when he shot him, he went for it. He plowed 5 bullets into the guy.
Yeah. So what did you guys think then of the scene with Carol and what's his name, the Savior fella, where he was shooting her in the arm and saying, "I'm going to watch you die, and we're both going to die from our wounds, but you're going to die first," kind of thing. What did you guys make of that?
I'll let Haze go first.
Yeah, it was all right. That guy, I don't think he's a particularly good actor, to be honest. So I didn't find it all that believable.
I could have done a more backstory with him and Carol. Just they've met once.
Exactly. That's why it didn't really work. That, you know, the two characters didn't have much in the way of interplay. You know, yes, I get it. You know, she killed all his mates, but they started on her. You know, they brought it on themselves. You know, it is what it is. You know, the guy clearly could have just like fucked off back to his savior compound and tried to get medical attention, but instead he spends all his energy trying to find Carol and then torture her. So, you know, it didn't. It didn't. I know. I agree with you. And all the fannying around that he was doing, you know, shooting her in the leg and all this stuff, and I was just thinking, Morgan's going to come and he's going to shoot you.
Yeah,
and you're going to die. The way that scene was playing out, it was just like, you know, all these delaying tactics and, you know, extended, you know, bit. You
got caught monologue.
Yeah, he got caught monologuing. Yeah, the classic. He got caught monologuing.
But not very well. Not very well.
Yeah, Not not terrible. You know, it's you know, Melissa McBride was, you know, she's always great, but
bless her.
I mean, she wasn't given brilliant material this episode, and you know, neither was that guy. It wasn't structured very well. Not great.
So in the episode before, because, you know, everybody had all the age and stuff, we didn't get to talk about the scene where Carol's kind of cornered by the guys on the pickup truck, and she's kind of begging and pleading with them to let her go, because it was for their own good to let her go. What did we think of that?
Shit.
Fuck you.
I honestly, this whole arc with Carol, and
you are joking me. That was awesome.
It's not even an arc.
Awesome.
The fact that she annihilated them all, but I'm sick of all this hyperventilating. I didn't mind when I thought it was like a ploy when she was trying to get around the redhead and she was trying to like trick her and stuff. I didn't mind it then, but then it's clearly not that. She's having like a proper crisis. Like she's having
a crisis. She doesn't want to kill anymore.
That's not the Carol. That's not the Carol I give a fuck about. The Carol I give a fuck about. Yeah, that's what I said.
It's a character fucking development.
It's not though. It's not
though. Having a crisis.
It's not.
She's not wanting to kill anymore. So right, we're disagreeing now, Kev. This is better. She's not wanting to fucking kill anymore, but she's gonna if she has to. She's gonna do what she fucking has to survive. But when begging and pleading with those guys, don't do it, because I'll fuck you up, because I'm Carol.
Yeah, and then
so desperate not to kill, she would have turned the gun to her fucking head and blasted her brains out.
Exactly, exactly. You asked us a second ago where we were hoping that scene was going to go, or what we thought of that scene. To be perfectly honest, I wanted that guy just to take the kill shot. If Carol was the only person who died in this episode, I would have been fucking happier with this episode. Because I wanted him just to do it. It was a very personal scene between a guy trying to kill a woman, and the woman's just lying there, just like me. And I was fucking doing my nut, and I hated it. I hated it.
Yeah. Well,
I wanted Carol to just die in that scene.
No.
Sorry.
No.
And the fact that Morgan saved her, it still doesn't bring me round to Morgan. It still doesn't. I'm still got nothing for that guy.
I wouldn't say I'm all the way around, but I was not wanting to tear my eyes out and stuff. I'm not going to be as graphic as you is, but I wasn't wanting to, self-harm just because Morgan was on the screen.
You see, Ash has just literally said there, the problem is there was no time scale involved. She goes from one extreme to the other, and that's it. That is some shitty-ass writing. She should have maybe...
It's bad writing. You've got an actress there who can knock it out of the park with what you give her, and... They've given us stuff that's difficult. She had us on side with the with the episode where they got captured, but the breakdown in the last episode where she's crying and she's saying, "Oh, please don't make me kill you," but at the same time she's got this, she knows exactly what she's doing, and I don't buy it. If she is genuinely in a place where she cannot kill, I don't understand how she's capable of getting out of that situation. I don't get it. It's bad writing. Simple as that.
It is. I completely agree. Yeah. But obviously, Chris is waiting for her to get pulled round and be badass Carol. I don't think we're going to get Rambo Carol. Not for a long time.
Of course we are. Shut up.
I mean, obviously, her and Morgan are going to be at the other place now. I'd be quite happy if they just write the two of them out for like half a series. Just let them do their fucking thing, and we don't have to see them anymore. Let's just crack on with the main story. So on that's literally like that is the episode. There was only two storylines going on. Nobody got killed. Well, somebody got killed. Let's just say the three of us right now, starting with Chris. Who met Lucille? Who took the bat? Michonne. Really?
Yeah.
And Haze?
Don't fucking care.
Are you coming back for Series 7? Are you gonna watch it?
Yeah, I'll watch it. I love the source material. I love the gore effects. They do a lot of things in this show right from time to time. My problem is that I get too invested in it when they do things right. And that's what's happened really over the character arc of our Talking Heads podcast. We started off thinking, things are going to go a certain way. We get dragged around. Our character arc is thinking, yes, we're happy. We're experiencing things that we want to experience, and then the rug gets pulled out from us, from under us in the space of an episode, and. But yeah, I'll be watching it because I enjoy the source material too much to stop. Yeah.
But the source material coming up is, it gives them something to work with at least.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff coming up, and now that we do have, Negan in the picture, we've got the Kingdom coming up. The stuff that's coming up from the comic book story is really, really top-notch stuff. So I'm going to lower my expectations from what they were, the last time we spoke.
Could we have lowered? We have actually lowered them any lower than we did when this series started?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that actually. Much lower expectations, but I'll still be there.
So who do you think got Lucille then, Kev?
I think it's going to be Abraham. I think it is. I don't know. There was a little glimmer in Negan's eye. Like it did look like when Abraham kind of sat up a little
stood
bit.
Up, then he,
there was a little glimmer in Negan's eye as if to say this fucking prick wants to die. And I don't know. I liked it. and that's got me thinking it's going to be Abraham. Do I give a fuck if Abraham meets the Bat? No, I really don't.
Yeah.
Is there anybody in that lineup that really makes me give a fuck if they meet the Bat? Probably just Rick, to be honest.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
Michonne, I wouldn't want to see Michonne die. It's Michonne.
But she hasn't done anything apart from fucking eat apples with Rick.
I don't want to see her die, though.
You know, she's done nothing, and they were building this amazing little story for her, like, kind of worming her way into the family unit, and then obviously Rick, like, fell out of love within a second when Jesse got a fucking face bitten off when he had that flashback of all those possible fucking good times.
Almost like the relationship.
the last 2 seconds of their relationship. Yeah. And then, they've been building this thing, and I did actually care about Michonne, but in the last 3 or 4 episodes, she's done fuck all. She helped Spencer kill her mum, care less. She fucking ate an apple with Rick in bed, could care less. The only good thing was the scene when she came out of the shower. That was a pretty good scene, because I like them shower scenes.
I think, like you say, which one of these people it's going to be, I'm beyond caring. I'm hesitant to say it, but I wouldn't care if it was Aaron. I wouldn't care if it was Abraham. The people that I don't think it can be, I don't think it's going to be Eugene. I think he's too important to the show right now. I think Michonne's too important to the show. It's not going to be Rick or Carl. So we're looking at the others. Do you know what? It's going to make me sound like a callous bastard, but I'd like to see them. I'd like it to be Maggie.
I still want that. That, but we ain't going to get that.
Because at least you're giving us something that shows that they've got some balls again, that's got some genuine impact. I don't know how it can be Glenn, because if it is Glenn, then, Kirkman has literally gone on the show and said that Glenn's going to get killed by Lucille, a few months ago on his on the Talking Heads show. So I don't see how it can be Glenn. Otherwise, why make it a big cliffhanger? We all know what the crack is with the comics. Go on the internet and they can straight away see what happened in the comics. So, I mean, it would almost be like, oh well, if it is Glenn, it would be like, oh well, it was Glenn all along. So why the fuck did you give us a cliffhanger?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah. Just, it's such a shame that we're sat here talking about this.
We should be here talking about who did die.
Yeah, talking about who did die, and oh my god, how are Rick and the gang going to get out of this? How is Rick going to come back from this? What happens next? That's your cliffhanger. That's what the cliffhanger should have been.
Yeah, and season 7 is going to be about the revenge of the Ricks and stuff.
This cliffhanger was just pure cunt.
It was a bastard's trick, really. It really was.
Yeah.
And if they do kill Glenn, I mean, oh my god, they've already bait and switched him 90 million times. That if they do kill him now, it's just going to be like, oh fuck this, I'm done with this show.
The barbed wire was blunt, though. It'll be fine.
The fuck's that supposed to mean? Nobody's dying.
The barbed wire was blunt. Dopey.
Does that mean nobody's dying?
No.
Well, you see the force that thing came down. Whoever that is, man. Yeah, their skull's going to be
Oh, they're dead. Like whoever it is dead.
Yeah.
I'm completely on the same page. Like I do think it's possibly going to be Abraham, but I want it to be Maggie, just for the sheer fucking shock value of the show. Show us that they still have some fucking balls, and just kill Maggie. Just go for it.
Yeah, it could be Daryl. I mean, I think Daryl would have more impact than Abraham. I mean, if we lose Abraham, what do we really lose? We've seen him have his character arc. He started saying things, a little clue that it could be Abraham is that conversation with Sasha in the RV.
About the baby.
He's asking her about kids and stuff. And we've seen Abraham go through some transition in the last few episodes.
Yeah, that's a character arc, Chris. If you're looking for one, that's one.
Yeah. But again, there's just no need. There's no need to drag that out to the next season. It really isn't.
No, there's not. So that's pretty much the episode, and that's pretty much what we thought of it and all that jazz. There's a fourth seat down in the bottom corner. If anybody wants to jump in, just click that button. It really doesn't matter if you don't want to. And we'll just kind of... So what we hoping for come season 7? Like, what are we like sort of going forward now? Let's just talk about future aspirations of the show. I've got nothing here because it fucking kicked me in the dick. I feel like I've been on the receiving end of Eugene, so...
Oosh. You don't want that.
Wow.
Well, they've just ended it so shittily. You know, if they ended it with a massive cliffhanger, whereby somebody's had their fucking skull bashed in, and the cliffhanger the building up of season 7 is how the fuck is Rick and all that going to respond to this? What are they going to do? How are they going to get out of this? That's a cliffhanger.
Yeah, exactly.
Not like, oh, who's dead?
Yeah, the same way as what they could have done with Glenn in the dumpster is show that Glenn is actually alive and he's crawled under the dumpster. Oh fuck, how's Glenn going to get out of this situation? That's your fucking cliffhanger.
But they're not going to do
Maggie on top of him head.
Oh god. Even his little bit, like, Stephen Young can act like a bastard. He is a great little actor. And even that scene when he jumped forward, I was just kind of sat there going, oh, shut the fuck up. Sit down.
Yeah. And when Negan brought him back and he's going,
aye.
No, sit down, son.
I mean, I
actually did think for a second that he was going to just kill Glenn at that point.
Even that
would have been okay with that.
It would have been good if he did that and then carried on his little monologue and said, but still somebody has to die. That would have been nice. A little double kill would have been alright.
Yep. Oh god, yes, a double kill. How about, this would have been the ultimate, oh god, if we could have got in the writer's room and show them some sense, man. Yeah, he could have been walking around doing his, just before his eeny, meeny, miny, mo stuff. And, Glenn does his little rush forward when he threatens Maggie. And then he just turns around, one swing of Lucille, Glenn's fucking sparked out, blood's pouring out of his skull, and then he's just like, yeah, so I'm still going to have to kill another one. And then he does his eeny, meeny, miny, mo. So just like, yeah, that would have been...
Yeah, that would have been good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have been happy.
They have to show you Glenn's brains all over the fucking floor just so you know it's not a dumpster situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
Ash...
want to see a doctor walk forward and sign a fucking certificate confirming that he's dead.
So Ash said a little while ago on the comments there that they're going to come back and there's going to be a time skip. How are we feeling if there's a time skip?
Fuck no.
And they just tell us who died. Because
I'm
what?
back to thinking that this show is just wanting to punch us in the balls, like, for several episodes in a row. So I wouldn't be surprised if the next episode coming back is like, Enid's time in the closet, or fucking, let's catch up with fucking Fist Bump and Heath.
Oh yeah,
getting up to just some bullshit like that.
I could see that. I could actually see that. And you're right, Ash, they did do that in Fallen Skies all the time. They kind of came back after a series cliffhanger, and then the first episode of the next series, I won 90 minutes of Enid in the closet. That's fucking... Is that not an R. Kelly video?
Like 127 hours.
Just got to cut her arm off to get out the closet. But yeah, I can see them doing it. I really can see them doing it. Technically, they've already given us the kill shot. We just didn't see it. They could come back and somebody could just say, oh yeah, fucking Glenn died 6 months back, whatever.
What if it's a cutaway to Carol and Morgan with the new whoever they are?
To be perfectly honest, I thought when it comes back, when season 7 comes back, the first episode isn't going to deal with it. It's like you say, it's going to cut away to Alexandria, or it's going to cut away to Carol and Morgan. But like I said before, Gimple was on the Talking Dead last night, and he basically said it will be resolved when it comes back.
Yeah, and it didn't say at what point, though, did he? No,
he'll wait about 6 episodes.
The mid-season finale.
And then Glenn will have fucking crawled under the RV.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm almost like last night and today. I'm almost glad it's going to be 6 months plus before we see this show again, because it's
time to simmer down.
Yeah, it's like, just fuck off. You've overstayed your welcome with this shit now. They've done it several times this season. They've done it with Glenn. They've done it with fucking and now they've done it with an anonymous person at the end, and that's in one fucking 6-episode arc or something, or however many episodes this season's been. I don't want to see it until they've fucking gone out. They've gone away and they've fucking learned a lesson, which they're not going to do because they never do, because they're so arrogant with the way that they work.
It's funny though, because the first half of the season wasn't that stellar anyway. And then they gave us the Glenn bait and switch, which fucking ruined the whole thing. And it wasn't even that good of a series to start with, and then they did that. However, this series has got us really kind of riled up, because this half series has actually been good. And then
it has been. Yeah.
And then they finish it with this. I'm completely on board with both of these. I liked this episode for the most part. I'm glad we got Trevor in there, because Trevor was awesome. I liked the little cat and mouse, but they just fucking fluffed it. It's too scared. Do we think going forward in the next series though we might get some fucks out in Negan?
Probably not.
Intercourse.
Nah.
No, intercourse. I'm just asking if you think they're going to colourful up the language a bit.
No, I can't see it. It's like you say, it's AMC. They've got a history of not letting shows get away with this. I mean, I'd be happy with bleeps. I mean, there's no, I don't know. I just think there's better ways of handling it than they are. Pee in your pants and stuff.
He did say that, didn't he? It's about time everybody starts pee in their pants. Oh man! But to be fair, when he came out the RV, it was kind of like everything had come to fruition for me. Like, just seeing Jeffrey Dean Morgan in that role, I just sat there and I thought, after he's literally just played an awesome role in Batman vs Superman, which is a great movie. I think everybody should go out and see it. I'm just saying that because Imran's in the room, and to see him going from that amazing movie to this amazing TV show, sort of, and see him play Negan, I thought he was a dapper bastard. I loved him. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of him in the next series.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely, yeah. That's something that we've got now. Is we've got a lead, we've got a lead character opposing the dictatorship, who has got some serious stage presence.
I honestly don't think there's going to be much of a dictatorship in the next series. I think he's going to be fucking tending crops again. He's going to be back to Farmer Rick.
Well, they could fuck it up completely and kill Negan off in the first episode.
Oh, totally Gareth it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they've done it before.
Well, like I say, based on the comics, we've got good stuff on both sides of this. This Negan Rick relationship coming up. So I hope they don't deviate from it too much. They seem to have shown a history of not doing that. They remix things, little things here and there, and pop little bits of extras in, but the main story seems to stick to it fairly closely, and all of the pieces are there for them to follow this this storyline fairly closely. So we'll see. So
basically, you got something there, Chris?
No, I was just going to say, it could still come around. It could, they've made a bit of a boo boo, but they've done that before.
They have, and yeah, they have. And you know what?
Well, let's keep a bit of optimism. They could still bring it back, and
we do tend to let them off when they do it.
We've got an awesome story arc with Carol going on the next season.
Are you hoping for the story arc to happen?
She's going to come back. She's going to be in therapy with Morgan.
Oh, that'd be good. I'd be up for that. Fuck me.
She can still come back. It's Carol. Fuck off.
Carol, they can bring Carol back. Of all the characters, if they did fuck it up, I know fine well they could bring her back. Hopefully they do. But yeah, that's been episode 16 of. It's the finale of season 6. I think we're all pretty much in agreement that it was a good. Well, Haze wasn't. Haze he didn't like any of it, to be honest. Said there was too much walking around.
I like bits of it, but it just there was too much stuff that didn't work for me, and then the final punch in the gut, just it tarnishes everything.
It does. It completely does. And this has been the Talking Heads little series that we've been doing on 365. Lads, it's been fucking awesome doing this, to be honest. I've loved every minute of it.
Yeah, could have done without the episode with the turtle jumped out of the tank and shit. That was stressful. But other than that, yeah.
Yeah, it's been awesome, guys. I want to thank you both for having me on to join us talking about this show and to be part of the 365 podcast for a bit. It's a lot of fun.
You know your shit about the comic books, so we had to get you on. And to be honest, I've not spoken to you for about fucking 20 odd years. So this has been a little like blast from the past for me.
It's been it's been a real treat, man, and it shows you that it doesn't matter how much time passes. True homies and all that.
Oh, true homies, the boys, man, the boys.
And I got a new homie with Chris there.
Aye. So are you going to be buying the 365 Flicks t-shirts when they come out?
I think it's got to be done.
Okay, awesome.
But yeah,
we've got a store coming. That's the t-shirts are like pending approval at the moment. So.
Are you working on that? Are you?
Oh yes.
You know when you start working on these things, you could always like shoot me a little text to say that you're working on something.
Fuck you with that, Kev.
I'll be waiting for that.
Really? You gonna shoot that shit my way, you motherfucker?
No, I'm the one that's like got the fucking OCD and the.
You're the one that fucking starts going. Oh, I've got a plan. What's the plan, Kev? Kev, what's the plan? What's the plan, Kev? Kev.
I'll tell you one day. I'll tell you. It's all good. It's all good.
Fuck you with your fucking Death Star pish.
So, honestly, lads, this has been an absolute fucking blast. We'll see what happens when the show comes back. I don't know. I might try and reignite this again. And hopefully we will have some more bad things to say, because that was the whole fucking point. The whole point was so we could have little rants, and
that's the thing. We wanted to have rants, but we've not done that other than tonight.
But we are going to have to work on this whole me and you getting on shit, because that's just not.
I'm not happy with that. No,
it's
not
good.
Stop agreeing with you.
I mean, I did listen.
Batman vs Superman sucked. There you go.
No.
Aye.
No, nobody in the fucking world agrees with that statement. Everybody loves that movie, especially.
I've turned heel on you. I did tell. Who did I tell? Kev Wright. I told Kev Wright I was going to turn heel on you and say that it sucked.
Is that because I won?
You didn't see it coming.
Is that because I won the championship again?
You'll never see me.
But you know who did love Batman vs Superman?
Who?
Anthony from the Jock and Nerd podcast. He is a massive fan of that movie, and you heard it here first. So I'm going to close out the show there, and this has been the Talking Heads. We're going to come back for the next series.
Oh yeah, we'll come back. It'll be shitty weather by then, so.
I'd like to, because this is a lot of fun. It gives you some purpose to sit and watch this show, and something to look forward to. If it does fuck you off, at least you got this to look forward to whinge about it.
Are you saying that this podcast gives you purpose? Fuck me. It doesn't give me any purpose, I'll tell you that now. So, as always, you can find us on iTunes. If you are listening to us on iTunes, shoot us a little rate and review, subscribe to us. Any other third-party app, you can do all that shit as well. We're on the Facebook, we're on the Twitter with 365Flicks Podcast. Just type it in, you'll fucking find us. We're on all those amazing, awesome Koosty networks that we love and we like being part of. And you can say Geeky Antics Network from now on.
I'm going to still say it because I've worked it up now. Do you want to explain Koosty to the Americans?
Koosty to the Americans. Koosty is amazing.
Amazing.
That's another word for amazing.
You want to explain amazing to me?
So with that, I am going to... Do you boys want to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from this guy.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar. Ching, ching, bling, bling. Cut the chatter. You ain't talking money, then your talking don't matter. Ching, ching, bling, bling. Patent pockets. We take the dollar, dollar. Can a damn soul stop it? Here comes the new kid on the block.
I still can't believe he fucking lost Undertaker.
Still a vacated title, really.
It's not a vacated title. I won fair and square.
I've got it. It's vacated.
All right then. Haze, how's your movie knowledge, Haze? You got good movie knowledge?
It's all right.
Do you want to go for a tiebreaker question right here, Chris?
On your own.
Haze, drop us with a question, and we'll see who gets it right.
Movie question.
Yeah, or well, it's got to be a movie because we're a movie podcast.
Okay.
And by the way, even if I get this wrong, I'm still the champion. So
this is this is a non-title match, is it?
No, it's a title match. Just you don't win it if you win it, right? I know Haze is just going to ask like a Friday question or something. Because he's in all his hippity hop movies and stuff.
I might need a couple of minutes to come up with something, guys.
Oh, so, come on!
Jesus.
How about some banter, and I'll give you a decent question in a couple of minutes.
Go on then.
Maybe not from me. I've got to think. You
putting you under pressure.
You did leave the title at my house, Kev. So
that doesn't mean it's yours.
That means you vacated the title.
No, the only way that you can get that title off me is by beating me. Technically, you didn't beat me. It was a draw. Or
I could just go downstairs and get the fucking title.
You better fucking not. You better not be sleeping with that thing.
Too late.
That's my belt, bitch. Come on, Haze, man. You're fucking taking the airtime up here.
Oh, God. I don't know. I don't know.
Cancel that. We'll figure out a title defense. You're still the champion. I'm not going to be a dick about it.
I know I'm still the champion. What happened is tantamount to...
I'm just fucking saying you're still the champion.
What happened is tantamount to a DQ, so I still retain the championship.
No, it was a draw.
Yeah, but I got better choices than you. The ones that you won on were obvious as fuck. The ones that I won on were like surprise wins.
Oh, so you fucking Forrest Gumped your way through it and you're going to be pleased with that, are you?
What movie does Kyle MacLachlan wish he never made? All of them?
Who?
I'm not entirely sure who Kyle MacLachlan is. Is that the guy from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I've got a question for you guys.
There you go.
Yeah. Now...
Luke Skywalker.
Right. Okay. Can it be a question that that you don't actually have to have any movie knowledge for? Well, you do have to have movie knowledge, but it can be slightly ambiguous.
So it's a fucking music question, is it?
No. It is a movie question, but I just heard Tom Hanks get mentioned there.
Right.
All right.
Where?
I watched the Tom Hanks film on Sunday. What film was that?
What? You watched the Tom Hanks movie on Sunday. What film was it?
Yeah.
Big.
Final answers?
Go on then.
Fucking joke. Captain Phillips.
I'll go with Big.
No, it was Bridge of Spies.
Oh, that was my next guess.
Yeah.
That was my next guess.
That was a really shit question.
Come on, Haze, give me a better question. I'm not ending on that shit.
All right. Okay. I think
this is all not staying in. By the way,
this is a really shit match.
None of this is staying in.
This is worse than fucking Triple H
on
the range right here.
Okay. On the theme of Morgan, give me 5 Morgan Freeman films.
Fucking what? 5 Morgan Freeman films.
I want 5 Morgan Freeman films within 10 seconds.
Go on, Chris. You've got 10 seconds.
What?
You've got 10 seconds? 10, 9, 8,
Fuck you!
7,
no,
6,
no,
5,
that's bullshit.
4, 3, 2, 1. Right. You didn't do very well there, mate.
Some could argue that's technically not fair. You've had time to sit and think about 5 films.
I've got 5 in my head now.
Go on then.
Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises, Shawshank, and 7.
Yeah.
I was starting to think of Lawrence Fishburne movies there. Fuck.
Yeah, I should have said unique franchises.
Right, alright. So boys, I'm going to head off because we have no kids in the house and I'm doing this blab with you boys and Lindsay's probably in a right huff with us. So I'm going to head off now.
We have no kids in the house. Wow.
Chicka wah wah. Right, lads, it's been fucking awesome. We'll have to do this again.